Okay, this should hopefully be streaming now. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. Yes. So, welcome YouTube, welcome Twitch. If you haven't been here before, or you're just finding this video, then you're probably going, What is going on, Bob?" That's basically what this video is actually about. So it's kind of what the Salsa VR Ketchup has been happening. And if you've seen the little thumbnail, then you would have seen sort of like that mess there, which is my post-op photo of after surgery. So yes, I was well and truly out of it at that point. But we'll take that away for a moment. Basically, what's been going on? So you would have noticed there hasn't been as much content as has been in the past. I'm usually quite sporadic anyway, but I was hoping to be not as sporadic this year. But a lot of things have kept me back, namely that I was having a lot of problems breathing, which is a bit of an issue, really. It's one of those things that when it happens when you can't breathe properly, because both of your nose holes are completely filled by a lovely, lovely infection um, that requires an operation. Um, it can slow you down. It certainly has slowed me down a lot over the last couple of years in terms of being able to breathe. I've had issues with my ears and all sorts of things like that that have all sort of been a part of the problem here. It's still under diagnosis as to exactly how it's going to pan out, but I did have an operation just a couple of weeks ago, not last Sunday, the Sunday before, which has been a success. It's been good. And I'm still in a bit of recovery at the minute. I'm able to breathe a lot easier. Hopefully, one of the things that I mean is a big change for the channel is that you guys should be able to hear me more properly. I shouldn't sound as nasally, I hope. Um, but we'll see on that one. Of course, hopefully you guys can actually still do the chat if you're there, and I should be able to hear that. No, I wouldn't be able to hear that because you guys wouldn't be able to hear that because that would be in there. I would need to be able to hear that though. I want to be able to hear that. I don't know if I can hear that. Let me do a test myself. Test. Do a test. Yeah, I can hear that. That's what's great. I like to hear the voice chat. You're not going to hear it there, but basically, I hope to be streaming back more. We're going to start probably tomorrow doing some live streams. So, the first game up is going to be No Way Out on the PSVR. So, I've received a game key for this from the developer the other day. I don't normally do horror, and I thought, well, I'm going to come back with something different, and we'll do a VR horror title and see how that goes. I do get still a bit worn out, a little bit too easy, so I'm still building back up after the operation. Um, and hopefully that'll all sort of like go swimmingly and things like that. But it's all a case of building things back up in stages. And one of the things that I want to do moving forwards, as well as also doing the VR Link, which of course happens on Sundays with Gamertag VR, um, 7 Degrees of Gaming, and of course Lincoln Clay, who is, the godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the most interesting man to ever play Pistol Whipped. I do like that as an intro. That is an awesome intro. I can see why you do that. see why you do that. It's so much fun to say that one. I wish I could say that one's more often. Actually, that one's a good one to say. Um, yeah. So that's kind of what's been happening is where I haven't been able to breathe. I literally have had really hard times actually trying to play any games, having any energy to do anything at all. Has been really, really difficult thing. I've had a lot of stuff coming out of my eye and different things like that, and it's not been very pleasant at all. Um, this is obviously also going to be like the first stage of an operation, so I have to go back to specialists in the next couple of months, and they'll evaluate things, and I may have to have further surgery and other stuff along the lines. So I may end up looking like that again when I'd much rather be looking like um, that. That's a good one. I like that one. We want to get back to more things like that, like Silento and all the good times that we've had in like we've got all the car racing. I want to bring something more again that's more regular. So maybe get some more regular spots on is what I'm really hoping for here. I also want to do some other things as well as, like I say, the VR link where it's a bit more of the news and diagnosis of what's happening with VR and VR in general, because obviously I missed some of the big conversations over this last week. Half Life, I can't resist it. Yeah, Half Life. Alex, Half Life Alex blew my mind. That announcement. Loving everything that's going on there. Uh, I will be bringing some videos on the subject of Half Life Alex. Definitely as much information as I can on that one because that is a huge, huge deal when it comes to VR and VR industry in total, just because it's that big of a deal as a video game um, IP in general. And I'll get into some of the other things on that because obviously there's a lot of people who don't play VR and come to something like that and have very strong opinions about that. And I'd like to address some of those in sort of one of these type of things. But yeah, this is really just to sort of like say hi. Sorry, I haven't been able to stream much. I will be back with some more driving, some gaming of all sorts of different games on both PSVR, um, Oculus, other VR, stuff like that. I'm doing okay. Hopefully, you can hear a bit of the difference in my voice. Um, I hope people can hear the difference in my voice. I think I can hear the difference in my voice. Not sounding as nasally as before. I can actually take a deep breath up and take a deep breath out without sounding like the old Vader Immortal, which of course Vader Immortal 3 was out recently as well, which I haven't played yet because I was still in recovery mode when it came out last week, and you know, so I've got to play the third installment yet, and I've been hearing everybody else say different things. Good. I'm hoping that's one of the things that will help improve the stream moving forward. So thanks very much to my surgeon on that one, who I will probably be seeing in the next couple of months, and we'll be going over how I'm doing and basically what's the next steps from here, if there is necessary steps, and all sorts of things like that. I also have to get my hearing checked out and different things with my sight checked out as well to make sure that they're all stabilized and all a-okay, because I have at the same time as been having nasal and breathing problems. One of the other side effects was my hearing. My hearing was uh, impacted a lot. Hey, Mino Banana. I love that name. I love anything with the name of banana in it, actually. It's just a great word to say, isn't it? But it's good to see you in there. So yeah, hopefully I want to take where we have been on the stream and build some more regular spots into it. So either something to do with a sort of a Salsa's you know VR source perspective um, to go alongside and sit alongside the VR link which we do on Sundays over on Gamer Chag's channel. So that'd be really cool. Hey JD, happy Turkey Day, buddy. I'm glad I sound much better. I do feel a good bit better. I'm still feeling a bit easy to wear out though. So streams may not always be as long as they used to be as I build up. I'm hoping to build up more of them regularly as we go along, and we'll see which way they go. We can hopefully have some more fun with things like that. That was Quake. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. We don't have that over this side of the pond, of course. We could have turkey if we wanted to, but we usually have that around Christmas time, actually, here. We usually do turkey around Christmas time. Sometimes we also do duck, but mostly turkey. I think in the UK, turkey is the go-to um, thing. Though a few years ago, I did have an Indian for Christmas. We had the whole family out and did Indian. That is RTX on Quake 2, which I have played, obviously, and there is an update too, which I have to try that out, especially while I've been flat screening it. I have been, while I've been recovering, I've been going back to my reintroduced roots of gaming, which was Destiny. So I dove back into Destiny 2 in their sort of like latest installment. No, RTX on and VR does not work together on that one. Unfortunately, there is, of course, that one's a fake baked photo for one of the titles. Um, you know, uh, would love for them to really do the RTX version that they build of Quake 2 and mix it with the VR mod, because you've got the RTX mod for Quake 2, which I do own the full game of that. And you've got the VR mod for Quake 2, and they're both brilliant mods. And I would just love for that to sort of like cross paths because, yeah, which is really weird because well, I had to buy the latest update to start playing that because obviously I was recovering and I wanted something to play, and I had already played the hell out of all the other stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll do this and muddle through some story. So I bought the latest pack, but it's really weird that it doesn't allow me to have like the Forsaken part. So I've got Destiny 2 that I paid for originally, and I've got the latest one which I can't remember, and then you've got the Forsaken, which was the last one. But I can't play any of the content for the Forsaken, and there's a number of weapons that I can't get because it's part of Forsaken, and I'm like, but 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 I thought it was supposed to be free with this one, and yeah. But there you go. That's the way that goes, really. But yeah, I would love to see Nvidia with the RTX on patch for Quake 2 also work the VR mod. If they could work the VR mod in that, that would make it the first VR game that was fully path traced. And that would mean a huge amount. I mean, that would be something truly, truly amazing because you see the difference that RTX makes in terms of a game like Quake 2 and the changes that it brings to the graphics and stuff like that. So I would love to be able to, at some point soon in the future, in my better health, be able to stream a VR version of RTX on Quake 2. That would just be awesome. And speaking actually of Quake 2 and some retro games there, I did just recently receive a test key for another game, which we'll be looking at some other point, which I think is Theta Legion VR. Um, which is basically a pixel art based or inspired type thing that looks like a cross between playing uh, Doom, Wolfenstein 3D, the originals in their pixelated form, and Alien. That looks like the cross between where some of it is. So I've got a version of that, a key of that on the way apparently. So hopefully I'll be able to dive into that, and I'll probably talk about that on the VR link a little bit more. But yeah, that's where things are. Hopefully that's kind of got people up to date on what's happening. You know, on how we're going on things and how we're going to be moving forwards with things. But the next game that I'm going to be doing is definitely going to be No Way Out. I should be on the next the VR link. I should be there on Sunday. As long as I don't, end up just completely drained or something like that. It's been a bit odd of a recovery. I do get, like I said, a good bit more tired than I thought I would at this point. I was hoping that I'd be able to be a little bit more active than I am, but we're gonna try and do something. I think tomorrow. I think today is basically done for me. I'll get some stuff set up basically to do maybe an earlier in the day stream tomorrow, which we will be No Way Out for the PSVR, which the developers have kindly reached out and given me a key for. Which, if you don't know what No Way Out is, it's a horror murder mystery that's kind of set in a creepy mansion. I've only seen a little bit of gameplay about it, so basically, as far as I'm aware, it's sort of like puzzler, come shock horror type things, and we all know that I don't deal that well with horror. So, anybody coming along to join the stream will certainly see my googly eyes swimming about the place in fear, is probably what's going to happen. So, that's going to be great, great fun. But yeah, so yeah, I should hope to be streaming tomorrow doing that. Um, I want to get more of a a slightly regular time for some different things to happen. Sort of like at least one evening of the week, try and do a stream, and also have like some other regular bits. I do want to do something else in sort of like news chat side of things as well. I definitely want to make some videos about the whole um, Half Life Alex bit. Um, because I'm going to be day one on that. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait for Half Life actually. I'm a bit of a buzz with that, but I've got a lot of other games to finish off before then. Like we need to play some more Asgard's Wrath. I need to delve in a bit more with the analysis of what the Oculus Link is capable of doing. Um, the Oculus Link, I'm going to be testing out with some sims, basically some race sim. I want to see just what the clarity is like in the headset compared to a CV1. And then at some point, I've got a decision to make. Yes, but there's a lot of issues to address, I think, with a game like um, Half Life. I know we can't say Half Life 3 because, it's Valve. Valve can't count to three, famously. And so instead of going 1, 2, well, 2, episode 1, episode 2, and then going episode 3, they've gone episode 1.5 with Alex. So um, it's Valve being Valve. But my big thing from this, of course, is I think this is going to be very good for that. But if I get my own video together, there will be an info card somewhere. Which way is it? It's that way. It's that way, or is that way? It's that way. It'll be that way. So if I get at any point a video together on some different thoughts about that, there'll be an info card that goes up there so people can track that. But yeah, March 2020. But I've got to make a decision soon, very soon, about whether I am going to get a Rift S, because there are, of course, Black Friday deals on at the moment, which means there's like 50 quid less um, until December 3rd, I think. I think it's December 3rd. Or do I go index? At the moment, I'm tempted to say Valve Index because I like the idea of having a wider field of view. Clarity wise, it should be pretty much on par with what the Rift S is, though sometimes I've heard reports that the glass in the Rift S and it gives a slightly better result than what you actually get from the Index. But that extra FOV is very tempting to me, and I think I want something that's a good bit of quality headset. Of course, you could take that other approach and say, well, why not get both? But then you're talking money again, and that's a lot of money. As we know, the index is not cheap. It's a different one there. Oh, there we go. Some past things. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be returning to service as normal, where you can have things like that. Um, I could, I could do it. Um, there's other things that are a bit more important because the index is an expensive bit of kit, very expensive bit of kit. So tempted. And it, of course, it will be or it should be the best way to play Half-Life Alex will be with an index because of the finger tracking knuckles index controllers. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and yeah, it's a very good headset. The display in a Rift S is a significant jump up. I am curious though at the moment of, like I say, the difference between the display of the Quest link in the Quest and what your image quality in the CV1 is. I took a quick step into it because I've got an Amazon Basics cable down there. So I did take a quick try of the Quest link on my the Oculus link on my Quest with Asgard's Wrath, and I thought it it looked a tiny bit clearer than the CV1, but not really much clearer. Um, so you know, very true. They are not messing around this year. They did disquire Beat Games. Though Beat Games have said this is not going to change too much of what we are delivering here. I don't know about that myself. I was kind of hoping that if they're since they've been bought by Facebook that um, I was hoping that the cross-buy thing would happen with the Quest version and the Rift version because I originally bought Beat Saber on the Rift version, and I was also hoping it might happen for like DLC packs. Because at the moment you would actually have to double dip between both the application where you could play it if you could play it tethered or untethered, and the DLC packs. And I, for my money, tend to find that my Oculus Rift is more comfortable and for me to play in. And part of that is because I have, you know, the optical, uh, custom optics done into my Rift, whereas I don't have them in the Quest. So I have to wear my glasses in the Quest like I do with my PSVR. Um, any next game that I get as headset that I get as my main driver, of course I will have lenses made up for that as well. I am thinking of getting them for my Quest. I don't play my Quest as much as I should, but that's because I do mainly play PC based VR nowadays, unless I dive back into the PSVR. But yeah, the whole message of this video has really wanting to be able to say, yes, sorry, these are the different things that have been going on. There's whole medical things there. Um, I'm hoping that I can come back stronger. Um, there may be some other surgery that's still required again at a later date. May stop me a little bit, but I hope that moving forwards, I'm going to be a lot better and be able to produce more content. Like, if I don't know if that's been seen actually. I think that this image is me and Cubed, which is a very silly little game that I had quite fun with. A very funny puzzle game where you get turned into a cube. Um, so that's me as a cube. So I want to be able to do more things like that. Bring back some more content. Do some Quake hopefully as well. Do some more driving in ACC and Dirt Rally 2. And of course, the 3D dudes, the 3D server, basically, 3D dudes server that I'm a part of. They have a Dirt Rally club set up, a Dirt Rally 2 club set up, which I joined there. I don't know if they've got the connect in the bottom there. No, the death of an internet is not good. The death of the internet is not good. We like the internet to stay alive, please. Did you have to like wind it up or something? Rubber band? Yeah. No, I I basically hope that I'll touch more on this on Sunday, but I hope that them actually being brought into the fold would have the cross buy, have them sort of like get cross buy enabled, because especially when it comes to the content as well, because I would like to play it more on a Quest, but at the moment I wasn't going to buy it 4 times over, because yes, I already owned it on the Rift, owned it on Steam, and bought it for the PSVR, and I didn't want to buy it for the Quest again. And then you have the sound packs as well. So if them being brought into the fold of Facebook means that that would go there. Yes, people are worried about custom songs. Yes. Well, technically speaking, of course, the custom songs is a backdoor thing anyway. It's very much of, will they find a way? Won't they find a way? Dubious things there, bigger copyright issues, and all of that ensuing there. I know I've certainly had my fun about with custom songs on this very channel. Yes, it would, because obviously you're talking about the financial stability to be able to hire more people. That's probably one of the big deals with that, and you also have the clout of Oculus and Facebook's uh, buying power behind you, and for anybody, any company to have that type of buying power behind you and that type of influence worldwide is an immense thing, because there's so many different ways they can take advantage of that as a social platform and things like that. Yeah, it's the same on different things there. So they do want to keep a level in there. In fact, one of the odder things to come out is that the 360 mode for the that's coming to the Quest PSVR is going to be getting that mode, albeit not quite well. on the Quest, it's less of a 360 mode. It's more like a 180 mode, which is weird. Um, and on the PSVR, it would be more like a 120 mode, not a 180 mode. So the Quest will end up with a 360 mode, which was supposed to be exclusive. But there had been something put out about the PSVR getting a 120 mode. No, I don't think that'll be the case. I don't think that'll be the case at all. Um, well, it could be. I mean, Future Beat Games software, yes, but I don't think it's going to be a case for Beat Saber. We don't know yet. We'll see which way that goes. We'll see which way the wind blows on that one. Um, yeah, yeah, but obviously people are more concerned over what their mainstay is, which is Beat Saber. And Dirt 2 is a different matter completely. That's not about exclusivity there, although Oculus put in uh, money there. Black Friday sales, dude. Black Friday sales. It's going for $350 or £350. Time to buy. It's a good time to buy. Um, that's a good price. That is a really good price for a really good headset. So yeah, definitely, it's good times for that. Like I say, I'm in the quandary of should I buy a Rift S because I know how good the display is inside the Rift S. Um, but then another part of me is going index, index, index. Because I want the full finger tracking. I want to know what the top end is like. I want to have that full FOV. Though I have used the index knuckles thanks to yeah, yeah. It's soon to be the season, isn't it? It's soon to be the season to be flat broke. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. It's a crazy world after all. Yeah, no, it's different. Well, hopefully, I want to bring just like I say, reiterate that. Sorry for lack of more content that's been going on, especially the later half of this year. Um, it's been getting worse and worse. Basically, my head felt like it was under constant pressure. I wasn't able to breathe. I felt sleepy all of the time, and that really did affect me greatly. I can't lie about that. That really did has put me a lot through the ringer recently. I've had few months where the pressure in my ears just wouldn't go away to the extent where you'd have your ears pop. Um, my ears felt like they was completely popped and under pressure constantly for a couple of months, and I barely had 30 odd minutes maybe in the last month where my ears felt reasonably normal, and that coming back after the operation of being possible. But I'm also having to find that I'm having to learn how to breathe again. I also can confirm that I was able to smell something, just a little something that wasn't lavender, for the first time in nearly a year after the operation, which is amazing that I can have some small modicum of sense of smell. It's not like a full sense of smell that people would normally have. This is one of the notorious side effects of having the types of operation that I had, that you can tend to lose all of your sense of smell. Um, but I was able to actually have a little bit of a sense of smell. It's nice to be able to say that I was able to smell something, which is amazing. It sounds like an odd thing, but it really is an amazing thing. But I hope to, obviously, like I say, bring more content, like all of stuff there again, um, and do it on a more regular basis. So more to come from me soon. Tomorrow, in fact. I don't know what time it's going to be, but it'll be tomorrow on my first live stream back, which is, like I say, going to be No Way Out for the PSVR. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, it, the sense of smell was not, you know, that big of a thing. I've had to deal with that now for a long time, not being able to smell things. But I've had my, my nose has been completely blocked off for quite some time. Um, I've had a lot of high amount of pressure in my head. I've had headaches. I haven't been able to sleep properly. I've had much greater problems, you know, um, breathing wise. If you would say something like a peak flow, airflow test, my peak flow in terms of uh, breathing has actually been on the level of someone having an asthma attack. For my height and everything else like that, I should have a peak flow of about 600 easily or more. Because I'm out of shape, it's going to be bad about 600. But I've been more around the 400, which is a really dangerous place to be. Um, um, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that changes, and we'll get everything evaluated. But I'm not going to push myself too hard. Definitely, you can see how it goes. Hopefully, build up energy as I go, and all of the fitness apps that developers have kindly been sending me for months and months and months now. It's been like one of those things where I'm going, okay, they've sent me another fitness app. It seems like, thank you to all those developers out there who've gone, Salsa Ketchup, there you go, there's a fitness app for you. And here's another, take on Beat Saber. Here's a, uh, on move, or here's things like that. Hey, Vited VR, how you doing? Sorry, you come in as I'm sort of like starting to shut things down, because I will stay on and talk as well. I do like a bit of talking as well of what's going on. Yeah, it would do. I mean, that's some crazy stuff. Well, while I'm got the big cam on, one of the things I do, one of the things I do love is other stuff here. No, I'm feeling pretty good. We're going over that. I was feeling a lot better. Hopefully you can hear that on the sound version of this. That I can actually breathe through my nose. So I'm having to relearn how to breathe at the moment. I'm finding that's a bit odd. That I'm so used to breathing through my mouth constantly that I have to learn to actually breathe again. um, it sounds like a very odd thing, having to learn to breathe. But yeah, yeah, I am actually having to learn how to breathe again so that I can breathe through my nose and breathe out through my mouth. Sounds so simple to most people. It probably sounds like the most logical thing and would sound. Yeah, yeah. Though, like I say, energy wise, I still got to get there yet. I'm a lot more drained than I expected to be in terms of energy, but I'm hoping this will line up in the future. And I was saying, of course, that before when I couldn't breathe properly and had a lot of different things, loads of different developers for the different active uh, dance and rhythm games just seem to always be offering me game keys for their games, and it's like, right, I'll try it. I'll see if I can do that. And it's very, very difficult for me to do. Not least because of the amount of space that I actually have to do those types of games, and if they're too active, I can't actually move in the space. But then also having issues over breathing, where you're on the point of having an asthma attack every time that you tried it, was very, very, very bad. So I'm looking forward to digging into some of the rhythm game back catalogue that I've got and seeing if we can't take a bit of weight off. Oh yeah, yeah. Most of the times when you would have seen me doing, say, the no, I like my racing games. It's that can be harder work than it seems as well. The racing games. They don't restrict nose airflow at all. um, no, the issue that I had recently with everything that was going on is that for the operation, there was so much pressure build up in my head that my ears were popped essentially. I had problems hearing, had problems breathing, had problems with headaches, had problems with my energy levels, and that affects a lot of other things in your life as well. It also affects your general state of mind, where you'd go to work, come home, you're dead tired, and then to do setups and everything else and all the activity that has to come with that, just made it too much. And then to put on a headset when your ears and your head is banging and you're unable to breathe, it wasn't working too well for me. Which is always a shame when there's something that you really, really love doing and you want to do and you're held back from it. So you know, I can just say thank you to my surgeon for doing that. Um, Thank you to uh, the NHS for being a thing. Yes, I will. I was going to say one more thing as well. Since I've got the big cam on here, and I'm normally just a tiny bit of the screen on the VR link, or a tiny bit of the screen like that bit there of the screen normally. And since I got the big camera out, I just always like to show this cup when I can because it's one of those things that means quite a bit to me. So we got like this here, which we'll put that there. There we go. So this cup here was a cup that was given to me by Anska Bunny, who was one of the Eve Valkyrie things. So you can see the Eve Valkyrie logo, and you can probably tell from my desktop background there. Um, uh, that was taken. This desktop taken from Eve Valkyrie formation flying that I did way back when. So I was actually in a VR headset on the outside of one of the ships. Um, and um, I didn't get a full set. I've got the PDFs to make some, but they're slightly off thing. Yeah, of course. Talking about the particular card that you're saying about, there's the card. So I do in fact have my own version of the playing card in mug form. So you can see obviously that is my in-game PSVR avatar as the Queen of Diamonds with the Salsa Ketchup Valkyrie playing card. So we have my own customized Valkyrie uh, logo, which only I have, and then we have the playing card. So it's a very unique one, and that was from Anska Bunny. I also actually over there somewhere have a Destiny based cup, the Salsa Ketchup cup, which someone gave to me. Um, so I have a customized Salsa Ketchup Destiny cup uh, that some people gave to me for helping them through in Destiny 1 to get through all the different storylines, get them accustomed to things, and get them into the raids and all of the stuff like that. Indeed, it is. It's a South Ketch Cup. Which then I'll get the other one actually just quickly because I don't really show that much. Um, dum, dum, dum. Okay. So this is basically my Does Ketchup Destiny mug. So we have two separate custom salsa ketchup cups. So maybe one day we'll have a third. I don't know what game that's going to be for. Um, or a general one for a VR general salsa ketchup cup. That would be amazing. But yeah, it's a unique thing when someone gives you you know the moss. Yes, that's another one of my favourites. Though, unfortunately, something did happen to this beautiful, it's amazing little bit of work. Really is really cool. But there was a little bit of an oopsie that happened with it when I was moving this monitor around. I was moving this monitor around and something went over, and Quill went for a separate adventure, and one of the leaves fell prey to something. One of my leaves got damaged. I have got the leaf, I have got the separate leaf, and I do intend to put it back on there. Yeah, I do intend to put that extra leaf back on there, but yeah, having one of these is a very special thing. It's a very special game. Um, it was nice of the developers to have come in the stream. I've talked on and off with Richard Lithgow, who is the chief animator at Polyarc, um, over the sort of like the years now, and it was amazing for them to give me this little quill. Of course, I also have like the t-shirts for the quill and the badges, quill and moss. I don't have the soundtrack. I will admit, I don't have the soundtrack. I don't have their mug either. But there we go. Yeah. So yeah, these are amazing. I believe they've run out of these now. Of course, it's an epic VR game. Um, which was still one of my go-to games for anybody who's new to VR. They have to play Moss. It's Quill. Ah, just so good. Um, it's hard to not be excited about that. But yeah, you can see back there the leaf is just back there by my move controllers. Um, and of course we have these guys. The damn. Oh, oh, dude. You have to. Obviously, they've added new bits here, so you'll have to start from the beginning. Just literally go right. Someday, go, bam. Get yourself like 3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours set aside, and just go. That's my Moss time. Such a nice game. It's so nice. The whole narrative based story. I do absolutely adore things like that where they have a narrative drive to them. 100%, 100% recommend you should do that. Right, I really am going to have to get going now because this has been nearly an hour. Um, Thank you for everybody that's dropped by. Thank you for everybody when I've been dropping into other people's streams and have been chatting away in their streams a bit, who have given me so much well wishing. That's meant a lot. I'm going to be back on tomorrow for a stream of No Way Out, So you will all get to see me look immensely petrified in VR. Get to see the googly eyes do their googly thing. Um, and hopefully more in the future to come. We will do more and more googly eyed madness in VR. Um, so yeah, thank you all again. Thanks for bearing with me. Thank you for those that have also, joined VR source here. That is Salsa Ketchup VR channel. Hopefully we'll get to that 1000k at some point soon as well. We're nearly at 800. We're so close to 800 subscribers now. But yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it will probably be earlier than I would normally stream. Um, Hopefully I'll get it sorted out for in the day sometime. I'm going to do a little bit work basically now to prepare for tomorrow, and hopefully get it all set up, ready to go, so that we can just go boom. And on that note, we're going boom, and it's out. And if you're joining this late and for some reason you skipped to the end of the conclusions, yes, couldn't breathe, blah blah blah. Operation has happened. Recovering from operation, doing that stuff, learning to breathe again. Wonder, oh wonder, amazing things for VR to come, and hopefully more amazing things for me to do in VR as the months go on. And we shall see how that goes. And hopefully, tomorrow will be my first post operation stream back, which will be for the game of No Way Out on the PSVR. So you can come back and see me basically get very, very scared. And I hope you all enjoyed it. So yeah, YouTube subscription thing there, and videos kind of somewhere up there, and there'll be like another video kind of probably around here, here-ish, about here. So subscription that way. Hey, German Rifter. You might have to hit the rewind button. You've come at the end. It's farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, um, on this evening. That's one of the very few words that I know in German. Um, so yeah, bit of a bad time. Basically, the short version is problems breathing, problems, blah blah blah. But okay, I don't know what that means. Like I said, but um, but yeah, thank you for joining. Um, do a rewind. You'll get the thing that the general gist is. I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. I can breathe through my nose. Hopefully, sound a lot better. Yeah, but no. So doing better. Post op wise. We'll be doing a thing there. Okay, that's good. That works. Great. So yeah, doing better. Recovering well. We'll find out the whole of the story in the next 2 months properly. There may be more surgery to come. I may need to go in for round 2 of surgery. Um, but I'll keep people up to date on that. But I hope that this is the start of me being able to do some more streams again. Um, and we'll be doing my first proper game stream tomorrow, which is going to be No Way Out. And obviously, as I was saying, we're going to do a button across here for like subscription for people who are watching back, and there'll be like a video somewhere around here and another video up there, and they'll go to different places that they can see different things from. But thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for the well wishes as well from different people, especially over the last couple of weeks in other amazing YouTubers and streamers streams where I've been watching and trying to join in on the chat as much as I can. But for me, for this evening, it's goodbye.